CBC alum, Nick, class of 1985.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cadet Student Network's broadcast of CBC football, and we're coming to you live from the Tim Kylo broadcast booth here at W. Michael Ross Stadium, right here on the campus of CBC High School, and it is Missouri State High School Activities Association playoff time, and it's the first round of the Class 6 District 2 playoff between the Smet Spartans and the CBC Cadets. We welcome you to tonight's broadcast. And we are going, earlier this week, we did catch up with CBC head coach Scott Pingle to discuss the Cadets' exciting come-from-behind win over Rockbridge last week. So we are going to go to the Coaches Show, presented by State Farm agent Tim Kylo.
This is the Coaches Show, presented by State Farm agent and CBC alum Tim Kylo. We're here with CBC head coach Scott Pingle. Coach, how are you?
Doing well, thanks, Patrick.
Awesome. Great game on Friday night. Great challenge for your guys. They were trailing at the half, trailing going into the fourth quarter, but they seem to keep their heads about them. Good challenge for them going into the playoffs. How did you feel your team responded to that adversity?
Good. I'm glad we had it. You know, we had a little adversity week 7, week 8, and week 9, and you know, we ended up just prevailing in those games. But being down at half, it was kind of crazy. You know, it was pretty calm in the locker room. People weren't screaming, people weren't yelling. We made the adjustments we needed to. You know, and the guys, I think, and the coaching staff never really thought we were out of the game. You know, we were down 10. We knew we were just about 3 plays from being up 15 or 20. So, you know, we knew we were close, but we just had to find a way to get it done. And you know, I thought we did a great job in the second half. The energy was high, the excitement was high, and the level of play was definitely increased.
Your team came out with great energy in the second half. A little more on those halftime adjustments. What changed for your defense at halftime?
You know, I think Coach Davis did a nice job of mixing up the looks that they were giving the quarterback because, you know, they kind of figured out what we were trying to do by trying to double team number good receiver. So we gave them just different looks, and we were able to get a little bit more pressure with Clayton Stallings and Mike Jones blitzing a little bit more off the edge. So our adjustment was to be a little bit more aggressive, and I think it really paid off.
It did pay off, and great emotion from your team throughout the second half, and definitely at the end of the game. You could tell the guys were really proud of the accomplishment there and that comeback win. What was the bus ride like coming home?
You know, to be honest with you, it was fun for about 30 minutes, and then it was pretty quiet because Fridays are pretty long days for these boys, especially if we go up to Columbia. So we had some pizza, we had some drinks, and then you know, between their pizza and Powerade, they were pretty wiped out by 11 o'clock, and it was pretty quiet.
Well, hey, celebrate the win and then rest up, get ready for next week. And speaking of that rest, the celebration after a really intense time of year, you guys have been working all summer, all fall now. We're moving into our 10th game of the year. Can get a little monotonous. Mm-hmm. Do you do anything to keep it fun and keep your guys fresh?
I don't know if fun's the word, but we do try to mix things up so they don't get stale. We do this session each week called the GATA, and then what it is, it's basically our ones versus ones in certain situations. It's about a 5 to 10 minute segment, and it's fun because the boys get to compete against each other, and it's not just scout team anymore. So it's just the guys getting to compete. So that's kind of what we do to break it up, and the boys I know really look forward to that and kind of talk a little junk to each other.
There you go. It's going out there playing football, right?
Right.
It's a little less game plan oriented and mental game, and you just get to go out and hit somebody.
Right.
What day of the week do you guys do
We
that?
do that on Tuesdays and then a small session on Wednesdays. So Tuesday and Wednesdays are our hard work days.
Awesome. Well, let's get into where that hard work pays off. On the field on Friday night, we've got a rematch with the Smet this week in the first round of the district playoffs. Talk to us about that game.
Well, you know, anytime you play another MCC opponent, there's familiarity on both sides of the ball. They know them. We know what they're going to try to do. They know what we're going to try to do. It's still the Smet Spartans. You know, every game for our current players. A lot of our players know each other. So, you know, they're going to bring a veteran team over here. They struggled a little bit this year, but I know Pat will have them ready. I know they'll have some wrinkles we have not seen yet. So I expect this to be a very challenging game for us. And, you know, hopefully we can have one of these interviews next week too.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We expect and we hope to see it for a few weeks here coming up, Coach. That one's on you and your team now. All we can do is be there to support you. We'll see you on Friday night.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to W. Michael Ross Stadium on the campus of CBC High School. That was Coach Pingle, and thank you for that interview, Coach. It's great to hear how his guys made adjustments at halftime last week That was a tough one against Rockbridge. They responded in the second half. Also, our thanks to Tim Kylo, the best insurance man in the business, for sponsoring that segment. Tim takes care of CBC. He'll take care of you. Give him a call, 314-842-4442. He always delivers the best rates available. That's 842-4442. We are live at W. Michael Ross Stadium. It is the first round of district play here in the state of Missouri. My name is Randy Molman. I'm alongside Peter Demos. And Peter, the CBC Cadets come in 9-0, the number 1 seed in Class 6 District 2, and they take on the number 8 seed, the Smet Spartans, here tonight.
Yeah, it really wasn't much of a game last time. What was the score? It was like at 50 to 60 to nothing, something like that, wasn't it?
It was a 60 to nothing drubbing for CBC.
Yeah, I don't expect that to happen again, do you?
I don't either. Playoff time, it's going to be a little bit closer than that, I feel.
Yeah, a little bit different, I think. And also, I think we probably will back off some of our starters a little earlier, perhaps, which might have a little impact on the scoring also. Games like this, you're always worried about getting some of your key players hurt. So let's just hope that doesn't happen, and let's hope that nobody gets hurt for Smet either. I don't like to see any of that.
Last time these two hooked up, Blake Charlton was 12 of 16, 159 yards, 2 touchdowns before he came out of the game. And then Kalen Taylor rushed 11 times for 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also had an 88-yard kickoff return.
Yes, I remember, yes.
So Kalen Taylor sort of haunted DeSmet the last time they played. He's haunted a lot of teams this year, though, hadn't he?
Well, he haunts, he spins, he dives, he moves, he jumps. I mean, he's an amazing little player. I just love watching Kalen Taylor, no doubt about it.
All right, we're going to turn your attention now to the field and CBC's public address announcer for tonight's prayer and national anthem.
Let us remember that we are in the holy presence of God. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Lord, we thank you for being with us. As we enjoy tonight's contest, please help us to do so with good sportsmanship and respect. We give thanks to you, O Lord, for the talents of these young men, and we pray that they carry the bonds of brotherhood formed on the field of play with them for the rest of their lives. Please keep all participants free from injury, and we pray that our friends from DeSmet have a safe trip home following tonight's game. Lord, we ask you that you continue to send your blessings to our schools as we live the LaSallian mission. For this we pray, amen.
We are approaching kickoff here in this first playoff game for CBC. They're in the Class 6 District 2 bracket. They're taking on DeSmet, the number 1 versus the number 8 seed. And my name is Randy Molman. I'm alongside Peter Demos, and we are bringing you all the action here on the Cadet Student Network. And Peter, if you look at the bracket and look at their district. It's CBC de Smet. Rittner will be taking on Francis Howell North, and then the number 2 seed, Hazelwood Central, plays tomorrow. They take on Francis Howell Central, and then St. Louis U High will take on Hazelwood West. Any teams to look out for in that district there?
Well, you know, I look at the newspapers, I look at the blogs and what have you, and CBC does not get much love this year. I don't know if you've noticed, but even in the paper, they don't talk much about CBC. I don't know if they're just mad at CBC, the reporters and what have you, but I haven't seen any articles. I haven't talked. You know, I don't even see our guys showing up in the year stats in terms of, you know, yards gained, passes, etc., etc. I just don't see much of that right now.
Well, and the cadets are ranked number 5 in the state, but are in the area, but they've been 5 all year, and they're 9-0, and they've been destroying every opponent they've played so far.
And they just can't get up from that 5 or 4 position. So I guess they're just going to have to show everybody what they're made of on the field. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. No love there.
Yeah, that's true. You hope that there's a crash course though for the Class 6 District 2 championship between Hazelwood Central and CBC. That will be a barn burner. Those are 2 top 5 teams right now.
Well, they've always had some great games all through the years. Hazelwood Central has always been somewhat of a nemesis on occasion, too, for CBC.
So de Smet comes in with a record of 1-8. Their lone victory came October 9th as they knocked off Vashon 27-24. And as we said, the last time these two met was September 26th, and CBC won that game 60-0. The Cadets come in with a record of 9-0, and Peter, last week the Cadets had a little problem with Rockbridge and their size that they brought to the table.
Well, you know, that size was pretty tough in the first half, but that size, the bigger you are, I'm not saying the harder you fall, but the more tired you get. And I think after they got into about the third quarter or so, the size just kind of, I don't want to say petered out because that's a reflection on my name. But in fact, I just didn't see them taking that first quick step anymore. And then our runners are starting to get by them. And of course, Blake had a wonderful game too in passing.
So that is Peter Demos. My name's Randy Molman. You're watching CBC Football on the Cadet Student Network. We're getting ready to bring you the first round playoff action here in the Missouri State High School Activities Association high school football season. And it is a Class 6 District 2 showdown between rivals, longtime rivals, CBC and de Smet. Now coming in, of course, the folks that have been watching CBC football most of the year, they know that on the ground you've got Trey Bryant, you've got Kalen Taylor. Both have combined for 25 rushing touchdowns this year.
That's impressive. Another thing that's very exciting tonight is Quentin Wynn is back in the fold again. He will start tonight. And remember, he had that bad ankle against this very same team, de Smet.
He did. So we're going to go ahead and turn it over to Peter. If you want to give us the starting lineup real quick, why don't you start on offense, and we'll see if we can get them all in before kickoff.
Okay. On the line, we have Max Durrell, John Chamberlain, Nino Schmidt, Jack Bertolucci, Justin Lewis, and out of tight end is Jack Orban. Our wide receivers, Curtis Cameron, Mike Million, and, of course, Lamar Anderson will be out there, too. Running backs, Trey Bryant, Caleb Allen, and I'm sure that Kalen Taylor will get quite a bit of the snaps also. And at quarterback, our starting quarterback, Blake Charlton.
So we're going to get ready to kick off, and before CBC takes the field on defense, Peter will give you the starting lineup for the Cadets right after this kickoff. Jacob Meinzer will go ahead and kick. De Smet will start. Looks like back deep for the Spartans. We've got Chris Moore, number 22, at the top of your screen.
Las Vegas odds here has it $3 will get you 2. He gets it in the end zone. Being an old casino guy, I'm familiar with that.
There you go. And this is also number 4, Isaac Williams, back deep for de Smet. And here we go. The playoffs are underway for CBC. A little pooch kick to about the 35-yard line. The ball is dying, and de Smet dives on it, and it looks like they will recover. Good play there by number 25, Mekhi Lee. He jumped on it, and so de Smet will start first down and 10. The thing about de Smet is they've had a rough season, Peter, but they are very young.
Yeah, they're very young. They've gotten a lot more experience since the last time the CBC has played them, so we'll see how again. They do have that tight end is about 6'5". His name 81, 87.
Jack Carpenter.
He's about 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, Griffin Palmer.
That's right.
The tight end.
And that will be a target for their quarterback tonight.
All right, out of the shotgun. Here we go. Running back flank to his right. And there is a handoff. And over the left side, nothing there. Making the stop was Kevin Kirkbride. And Peter, why don't you tell us who the CBC starters are on defense?
All right, on the defensive line, we have Dominic Gatewood, Jordan Davis. We'll have Kevin Kirkbride, who just made that tackle, and Nick Wheeler will come in and out on occasion. Linebackers, Mike Jones, Alex Wardenberg, Clayton Stalling. And our DBs, we are going to be missing Eric Carrera. He's not back from knee surgery. It's Hunter Robinson, Rashawn Davis, Sean Boyd, Lamar Anderson, and the long snapper is Benji Gormley. He does a heck of a job.
He really does. We haven't seen any problems with the long snapping.
No, he's just been magnificent.
Smet now has it. 2nd down and 11 after the loss of 1. Handoff over the right side, looking for room. Makes his way out to the 35-yard line, close to the 35-yard line. The quarterback is Alik Shelton, the 6'1", 210-pound senior quarterback. And we were talking before the game, Alik did not play in the first time these two met.
Yeah, I don't remember him playing, no, but he looks like maybe he was injured, or I don't know what the situation was, but he's obviously now the quarterback for this team, and he looks a lot better than the other quarterback did.
3rd down and 5 for the Spartans after that 6-yard carry. The lefty Shelton fires over to the sideline, overthrown. Intended for Nate Ames, incomplete. The 6'4" wide receiver couldn't get up and get it, and it'll be 4th down for Smet. Looks like a 3-and-out right out of the gate for the Cadets.
Yeah, a little bit of a chuck and duck there. I don't know even if that target was on target. I don't know if the kid could have caught it. That was going about 122 miles an hour. That was a hard ball to catch.
And Peter had his stopwatch, folks. He was timing that pass. He did. He timed it.
122.6 miles an hour.
Million back deep now, standing on his own 36. The Spartans will kick 4th down and 5. First quarter action. That was their first drive of the game. And here is the punt. It is a high, short kick. CBC will need to get away from that. That'll bounce at the 40 and take a good Smet roll out of bounds at the 32. And that was a good punt there by Kyle Bennett. It looked to be short, but by the time it came down, it had carried about 25, 30 yards and then took a nice roll.
Got a nice bounce there. Did you happen to catch the St. Louis Rams trick punt play?
I did indeed. That was, now you tell me, you've been around football a long time, Peter. Tell me, have you ever seen a fake punt like that before?
I've never seen a fake punt like that. I've seen reverses and fake reverses.
Of course, yeah. But I've never seen a fake return. Like Austin was on the other side of the field. He went over to and acted like he was going to make the catch. All of his blockers came as if they were going to block for him on that side of the field. And then Stedman Bailey catches it and runs the other way. I couldn't believe it. That's a jailbreak.
It certainly was, and I'm not sure that we didn't pull him off, but it looks like it was offsides.
We'll see how they call it, but it looks like it'll be offsides. Smet jumped the snap.
At least Kalen Taylor has a look of joy on his face. I'm going to assume that it was offsides. It was indeed offsides.
So now it'll be 1st down and 5 for the Cadets. Coming in 9-0, averaging almost 52 points a game. They've only given up 9 on average, and really, last week's total really bumped that up because Rockbridge did score 26. Charlton goes down on the blitz. How about number 10 coming in from the left side, Cooper Harrison for Smet. He came in on the blitz, and he sacked Blake Charlton. That's a loss of 8.
Already, I'm noticing the intensity from Smet is about 3 to 4 times more than it was in their home game when we played them before.
This is a shock-the-world type of game, Peter, for
yes,
Smet.
It is.
There's a shotgun, trips to his left. Charlton fires in the flat. Caught by Trey Bryant. He goes over the left side, across the 35, across the 40, dives forward for the 1st down. He'll be close, but not quite there.
That seems to be a very popular play around the countryside these days. It's a little out pattern, and you keep your outside receiver out there. You have 2 of them out there. One does the block, the other kid catches the ball, and you hope to get a good block and hope to get some yardage, which is exactly what they did. 3rd and 1 now.
3rd down and 1. Charlton fakes it now, looking to get it himself, and he's upended. Number 4, Isaac Williams came up to upend Charlton. They'll be shy of the 1st down, and that might force the Cadets to punt here on 4th down and 1.
Yep, they're definitely going to punt. I'm not sure I like that play.
Williams will go back deep for Smet, and he's alongside number 84, Jack Iluski. Charlton standing at his 27. Williams, the 5'11" senior wide receiver and defensive back. He just made a heck of a play there, tackling Charlton for that yard loss. 4th down and 2, 8:44 and counting, first quarter. Cadets 0 to Smet 0. Charlton with a booming kick. Nice, inside the 20, dropped and recovered. Dropped by Jakalewski, but he fell back on it, and DeSmet will start at the 19.
I think we might have had an illegal substitution or too many men on the field or something with that one.
There's a penalty flag.
Yep.
My name's Randy Molman. I'm alongside Peter Demos. You're watching CBC football on the Cadet Student Network. We're happy to bring you tonight's broadcast of the first round of the state playoffs here. We're in district play. Class 6, District 2.
Well, they declined the penalty. They're going to take the ball. It's first down on the 20-yard line, huh?
Yeah, so it'll be first down and 10. And the winner of this game tonight will take on Rittner. The winner of Rittner and Francis Howell North next Friday on Halloween. The winner of Rittner and Francis Howell North. There's the snap, drops back, fires into the flat, wide open receiver, across the 20 into the 25, across the 30, and down to the 32-yard line, positive yardage. Alik Shelton found his man.
A much better quarterback tonight for the Smet.
And that's a first down.
He's left-handed too, is he not?
He is. So a 13-yard pickup and a first down to the 33-yard line. And the man who made that catch, the young man, number 6, Matt Bruns. Now they go under center. No fullback in the backfield, and he is dropped for a big loss. CBC's defense came in. That's Mike Jones. He has been a tackle for loss machine this year, Peter.
Yep, absolutely.
For Mike Jones, that is his 11th tackle for loss this season. Unbelievable from a safety. He'll line up on that outside linebacker spot as well as he is right now. He seems to be lining up over Quentin Wynn. And he may put his hand in the proverbial dirt and do a little pass rushing. Let's see. Shelton under center. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops, sets up, looks, throws. He's going deep. He's got a man open, and it's just overthrown. Number 15, Nate Ames, had broken free. The coverage, that was Rashawn Davis covering number 15, Ames.
Alik was under a lot of pressure there. That was just gotta hope something good if I throw it up high and deep.
He had his receiver break free, but he just either threw it a little too soon or just a little too far.
I think a little bit too far. Got a nice arm on him, though, this kid.
So it'll be 3rd down and 15 now for the Spartans. 7:24 left, first quarter.
3rd down and about 14, huh?
Oh, looks like the Cadets may have jumped. Come the penalty flags. The tailback is number 20, Julian Fowler. He is a sophomore. 5'8" sophomore is the starting running back for the Spartans. He's had a couple carries already. It'll be a penalty. Let's see what the officials decide here.
I think Quentin got his nose across there a little bit too quickly. I didn't see any offensive line, so I'm going to assume that it was offsides against CBC.
I don't know if you knew this, Peter. Last week against Rockbridge, their kicker was a senior female basketball player.
Really?
Named Sophie Cunningham. I've seen her play several times. She's a big-time basketball recruit.
Wow.
She's signed to play at the University of Missouri. She was on the field the week previous doing one of those, in between, like a halftime, like a spectacle game type of thing, kick a field goal, win a prize.
Yeah.
She kicked a 44-yard field goal, and their kicker got hurt in the second half. So they called her, and she kicked last week.
Isn't that amazing?
How about that? She made 3 of 5 extra points. She did not attempt a field goal. So that was on CBC, and looks like we're going to get another offsides penalty. That's Mike Jones who jumped that time. That was clear right there. That was clear.
You always go on the ball. You don't listen to the quarterback. Right now they're listening to the quarterback.
You got to watch that ball, right? I mean, that's what you have to do,
on the ball.
Especially when you're lined up on the line of scrimmage like Mike Jones
And
was.
it drives the coaches crazy because they practice that all the time with a stick with a ball attached to the end. And they pull it all the time just to see if they can pull some of our guys offside. So they're just a little keyed up right now, I think.
So now it's 3rd down and 5. There's a pass over to the right side, and it bounces off number 7, Rashawn Davis. The receiver was not ready for that. That was Ames. He was not ready for that ball. Shelton threw it a little soon.
Yeah, and he threw it not quite as fast. Instead of being 126 miles an hour, it was about 118 miles an hour. You can't expect those kids to catch a ball like that, especially in the dark.
So it'll be 4th down and 5 now for DeSmet, number 82. That's Kyle Bennett into punt. Mike Million back deep. He's standing at his 38. Either way, CBC should have pretty good field position here after the punt. There's the kick. It is a short one.
Get out of the way.
And CBC needs to get out of the way. It takes a cadet bounce. It'll land at the 49-yard line.
Well, that was good for about a 9-yard punt.
That was a 13-yard punt for DeSmet. Yeah. So the Cadets will take over now. 1st down and 10. 7:09 remaining, first quarter. The 0-0 tie in the first round of the Missouri State playoffs. We are Class 6, District 2 right here. CBC and DeSmet. The number 1 seed CBC 9-0 versus the number 8 DeSmet. They are 1-8 coming in. Fake to Taylor, throwing the flat. That's Lamar Anderson. Tries to cut it upfield, avoids a tackle, and dives across midfield for a couple. He'll end up getting 3, it looks like, to the 49-yard line.
Boy, that defensive back for DeSmet came up very, very quickly on that. I think he's getting set up for a little throw and then go.
Trips to Charlton's left,
Yeah,
and we'll get another penalty. Looks like another offsides call. Both teams a little anxious here tonight.
Well, I'm glad to see that DeSmet is a little bit anxious because they were dead in the water starting out the last time that CBC played them, and the intensity on that team is up, I would say, at least 5-fold.
The last time these two met, it was a 60-0 final score. CBC scored 24 in the first quarter. There's Trey Bryant. He's got plenty of room. Inside the 30, cuts it back. Inside the 20, another move. Inside the 10 to the corner, and he's run out of bounds at the 2. We're going to get a penalty flag late. That usually means some sort of personal foul on the defense or a bad block.
I think it was a block in the back or a hold.
Yep, it was a hold. Peter Demos, you are correct again.
Well, 1 out of 10 ain't bad for me.
So that'll come back.
And I remember these great games the CBC used to have with DeSmet when they had Deron Neal, Connor Harris, the quarterback. Boy, we had some great games with that team.
This is a long-time rivalry, these two, and always, with the exception of this year with DeSmet rebuilding a little bit, always seems like both of these programs are vying for long trips into the playoffs.
Yep. Well, it's still a 1st down. It's just not on the 2-yard line.
Charlton steps back, fires into the flat. It's caught. Million. He'll step out of bounds. It should be enough for a 1st down. Let's see if they mark it. Yes, they'll give him a 1st down as they mark it at the 15.
I love the way the coaching staff for CBC teaches these receivers to catch with their hands, not with their number in their chest. So many of these kids, they catch the ball with their forearms, they bring it into their chest, and it bounces off. Catch with your hands. These kids all have great hands.
Charlton out of the shotgun. Trey Bryant to his right. In motion, Lamar Anderson. Comes across the formation. There's a handoff to Bryant. He cuts it upfield looking for room. Spins, and he's hit. Stays on his feet. And the Spartans finally bring him down after a gain of maybe 1 or 2. That was a lot of movement for a 2-yard gain, but Trey Bryant is so tough, he's hard to bring down.
Sure is.
Looks like 2nd and 8 now, just inside the 15-yard line. 6:05 and counting, first quarter. CBC driving on DeSmet. 0-0 game. Trips to the right. Jack Orban now will line up at tight end on the left side of the formation. Charlton claps for the snap. He gets it. Hands it to, fakes it to Bryant. Fires it to Million on the slant. He hurdles. Touchdown.
Yep, touchdown.
Wow. Million broke a tackle after the initial catch and then hurdled a man at the 2 and got in. Touchdown, Cadets.
Did a little swan dive into the end zone. Sometimes you land on the football and on your chest, and you can't get up from that for a while.
Yeah, that'll take your breath away, I bet.
Yeah, it really is. You ever had the breath knocked out of you?
Oh, yeah.
No? Used to be bear wrestling, did you, or alligator wrestling or something?
No, neither of those. I would wrestle sharks.
Oh, I see.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
You're a shark wrangler.
I was a shark wrangler. That's correct. Snapback ball down. The kick is up, and it is Good. CBC takes a 7-0 lead with 5:45 to play here in the first quarter on a 13-yard touchdown. Charlton, $2 million. Fans of Missouri State High School Activities Association charges CBC $500 per game to deliver playoff coverage. As always, our student team is working hard to make this exciting coverage available for our audience. But we do need your help to continue making it happen here in the playoffs. Please consider making a donation to help CSN offset our costs. If everyone listening would donate just $1 tonight, we'd be well on our way to covering the Cadets playoff run. So go ahead and click that blue PayPal icon in the upper right corner of our homepage to make a donation. You can also visit donate.cbccsn.com to help us continue this coverage. As always, thank you to our students for their efforts, and a special thank you to all who support CSN. So CBC will now kick off. They're, of course, going from your left to your right in their all-purple Las Vegas gold trim and white trim. Smet wearing all-white jerseys.
I'm anxious to see if Smet will keep this intensity level off. They just got slapped in the face a little bit. Let's see if they continue this really nice effort they're putting out right now. Certainly a welcome change from the last time the CBC played them.
That kick goes deep and will sail into the end zone. Smet will start at the 20. First down and 10. As Meinzer delivers that ball back into the right corner of the end zone like he's done so many times this year.
Do you know how hard it is to kick a ball from where they kick into the end zone? Have you ever tried kicking off?
I've tried kicking, yes.
Oh.
I've tried to kick as far as I can kick, and it's not pretty.
No.
Can I tell you though? You hear no talk about people interested in Jacob Meinzer kicking at the Division I level.
Isn't that no offers as yet?
I have no idea. I haven't heard anything. But I just watching him, I think he has the ability to kick at that level, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Good tackle in the backfield for number 4. That was a very little gain. Julian Fowler was the ball carrier. I think Kevin Williams was the man on the stop, the young man. I see number 21 on his jersey, and that's telling me that's Ronson Longley for CBC. We'll have to check that. Malik Shelton was in the shotgun and a whistle blew, and we'll have a false start call on Smet. That'll push him back, and it'll be second down and 20 now. Back at the 10-yard line. Smet's going backwards. Ronson Longley looks like he's in. Also number 36, Miles Taylor back in, playing nose tackle. Snap to Shelton, steps up, fires in the flat. It is caught by number 4, and he escapes one tackle. Gets outside the 20, across the 25 to the 26.
On the play, they're going to get him for face mask. Unfortunately.
Looks like it'll be some more yardage added on here to the end.
Yeah. I've always been a little confused about that call. They sometimes call face mask if you just kind of drag them down by the back of the helmet. I don't know if there are any players that have their face in their back of their head, do you?
No, I don't.
No.
Some of those horror movies, where they spin their heads around.
Yes.
Then maybe the... The result is a first down after the penalty for Smet. 7-0 CBC, 4:41 to play, first quarter.
How many yards penalties now against CBC?
I feel like they've called more penalties than we've had so far on both sides. First down now for Smet. What a beautiful night here in West County, St. Louis. Suburban St. Louis. It was over 70 degrees at kickoff.
Yeah, isn't that
beautiful,
nice?
Right?
Yeah, very nice.
October 24th, and we've got temperatures in the 70s. Beautiful. Shelton out of the shotgun, empty backfield, looks downfield, fires down the sideline, looking for his man. He's got him.
He's out of bounds.
They're going to say incomplete.
Yeah.
He was out of bounds, and I think he bobbled it as well as he was trying to bring it down. So incomplete. It does seem that Shelton is delivering his passes a tad early. I don't know from your view watching if he is or not, especially some of the short routes, because the receivers don't seem ready by the time the ball gets to them.
No. Well, Alik is under a lot of heat back there. They're almost getting to them on every single pass, so he's going to kind of rush that pass a little bit more. He's a pretty stout kid. They got him at 210. I have to believe that he's heavier than that.
That's Peter Demos. My name's Randy Molman, Cadet Student Network, and there's a handoff across the formation, trying to cut it back upfield, and that's a no-go. Yeah, CBC's defense swarmed to make that play. Across the formation, it was Julian Fowler coming across. He tried to cut it upfield, and there was just no room for him.
And he lost the yard, so it's a 3rd and 11, give or take, huh?
3rd and a long 11, it looks like. We'll see. Quentin Wynn staying out there, getting some work in here, playing defensive end. He had missed a few games with that ankle. Good to see him back. Shelton out of the shotgun, and they're going to get CBC again with an offsides, I think. Yep. That'll be the 3rd offsides call in the first quarter on CBC. Coach Pingle will not be pleased with that. So that makes it 3rd and 7 instead of 3rd and 12 for Smet. Trailing 7-0, trying to get something going here on offense in the first quarter. Alik Shelton, the senior quarterback, wears number 3, is in the shotgun. Empty backfield, 2 receivers at the top of your screen, 2 to his left as well. Calls for the snap. Sets up in the pocket. Looks down deep, way overthrown. Intended for Ames, but good coverage. Down the field, number 43, Hunter Robinson, was running step for step with Ames. That'll make it 4th and 7, excuse me. Smet will punt.
There was just work on that pass. There was no form. Nothing went well for that pass, and he threw up not just a wounded duck, but a dead duck pass, which is worse than a wounded duck, obviously.
4th down and 7, into punt, number 82. That's Kyle Bennett. He had a decent punt his first time. His second punt was a 13-yarder. That's a good one. CBC territory, fair catch, Million at the 32, and that's where CBC will take over.
All right.
Cadets looking to provide some distance here between them and Smet right now. 3:15 to play first quarter, up 7-0, the number 1 seed in Class 6 District 2. Some of the other districts have some really good potential matchups coming up here too, Peter. We've got District 1, Kirkwood, taking on Northwest Cedar Hill. Marquette and Lindbergh should be interesting.
Yes.
Eureka, the number 2 seed, taking on Seckman, and then Lafayette will play Melville. Of course, the District 1 champ will take on this District 2 champ. That Kirkwood Pioneers team was rolling until they lost to St. Louis U High last week. Kalen Taylor goes for 6 over the right side. That was sort of a shocking development when St. Louis U High knocked off Kirkwood. I believe it was at Kirkwood.
Yes. In their brand new stadium over there.
Might want to keep an eye on St. Louis U High in this district, huh? They might be catching fire at the right time. 2nd down and 3. There's a fire into the flat. It is caught by Lamar Anderson. He cuts it upfield. He's got room. Inside the 40 and inside the 35 to the 30, and we're going to get another penalty flag, and that's going to get called back.
Yeah, our blocker out there, he grabbed a hold of it and spun him around, and that was enough for the hold.
3 offsides penalties in this quarter, 2 holding penalties against CBC. Jack Even is in the game at quarterback, by the way. How frustrating, I guess, must it be for those wide receivers who take a ball, they go 20, 25, 30, 35 yards, and then they got to bring it back.
Yeah, it keeps you up late at night.
So that'll make it 2nd and 6, long 6, after they mark off the penalty. They mark it from the spot, so Even looking, fires over it. Trying to set up a screen that whole time, and nothing really went right with that play.
Just as well, because there was 2 defenders right on top of Kalen. They would have lost, had he caught that, they would have lost yardage, I'm sure.
So 3rd down and 6 now for the Cadets. Checking back in at tight end is Orban. Coming out of the game, Trey Bryant for a snap. Orban and have a pretty good rapport when those two are in the game together. We've seen Even hit Orban several times. We're going to get a timeout, I think. Official's pointing to himself. Let's see what's going on here.
Oh, we still got 25 seconds on the clock, so we're all right there.
We've got a substitution now. Number 78 comes hustling in for CBC. He's coming in for 62. Jack Bertolucci comes out. 78. Ty Feeney, the junior. Ty Feeney comes in. And another penalty flag.
Bertolucci came out with an equipment problem with his helmet.
I see. We may have had close to 10 penalties in this quarter. I know CBC has at least 5. Smet has a couple themselves. We're approaching 10 penalties in this quarter.
Well, they remind me of the policemen in Wildwood. The more tickets they get, the better.
So that'll move it up. 3rd down and a long one now for the Cadets. Even out of the shotgun. Hands it to Kalen Taylor, and he follows his blocker. He falls forward.
For a first down, looks like.
Should be a first down. Tackle from behind.
I would say that's a long stretch, but he's not very stretchable.
Ray Stewart. No, that wasn't Ray Stewart, I don't think, but good tackle from behind there to keep it from being a further gain. Even now, fires over the middle, caught by Orban. We were just talking about that earlier.
Yes, good call, good call.
Orban breaks a tackle. Helping to bring him down was Shelton, but number 45 hit him first, Brian Pandolfo.
That was a nice pass, a nice catch.
Even and Orban bring a dimension to the offense that is not there when Charlton is in the game. Not taking anything away from Charlton. They obviously are very successful with him in there. Taylor cuts it upfield. Now jitterbugs back across the 40. Inside the 30. He's going to go inside the 10. Touchdown, CBC.
And no penalties. Can you believe it?
50-yard touchdown run for Kalen Taylor.
Wow. That's what we come to the games for.
That's right. Kalen Taylor now continues his assault on the Smet defense. He had 3 touchdowns against them in their first meeting, and there's his first one here tonight. Meinsner will now attempt the extra point. Snap back, ball down, the kick is up, and it is good. CBC leads Smet now, 14-0 with 1:43 to play in the first quarter. I don't know if you guys saw earlier before this game started who are watching the broadcast tonight. We had a special honorary captain, and it was Mr. Tom Murray, the CBC Fine and Performing Arts Department chair. He led the Cadets to midfield for the coin flip. He's the best theater director in all of St. Louis, they call him. That's Mr. Tom Murray. Mr. Murray's a member of Smet's very first graduating class of 1971. He spent 4 very successful years as a Spartan. He's now in his 36th year as a faculty member here at CBC. We're so glad that he now wears that purple and gold. Mr. Murray chairs our Fine and Performing Arts Department and has directed 117 high school productions. He's also a well-known actor in the city, performed on nearly every stage in St. Louis. Mr. Murray's guidance has changed so many lives here at CBC. He's helped countless performers find their voice and hone their skills as they prepare for careers in theater and in Hollywood. He means so much to his students that they started a scholarship fund in his name, which now provides financial assistance to young men and their families at CBC. Thank you, Mr. Murray, for all you have given to CBC. That kick goes into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And that was our honorary captain before the game tonight, Mr. Tom Murray.
Yeah, my son was in a couple of productions that Mr. Murray had.
Oh, yeah?
And he just absolutely loved that man. He does an awfully nice job.
I've been in a few theater productions myself over the years.
Have you really?
Sure.
Oh. I was the horse in a Halloween play one time.
And was it rave reviews?
I got rave reviews, absolutely. They said it was the best horses, that they've ever seen.
First down and 10 to Smet at the 20-yard line. Under center now. We have a new quarterback in the game. And not much there. But the new quarterback is number 18, Jack Wheeler, the sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, I think he was this time, was he not?
I think Wheeler did play against the Cadets the first time. That is no gain on the play. He did get pushed back, number 20, Julian Fowler, but forward progress, they keep it at the 20-yard line. So 2nd down and 10 for the Spartans. Wheeler now tries to get out of trouble. He fires over to the right side, incomplete. He was just getting rid of that ball.
Yeah,
Too much heat.
He just threw it away.
Too much heat from that CBC defense right there.
Can you sense the intensity level dropping a little bit now for Smet? I can see it on the offensive line. They're just kind of, the Daubers are going down somewhat.
3rd down and 10 for the Spartans. 1:02 to play first quarter. 14-0 CBC. Class 6 District 2 first round playoff action. Here in the state of Missouri, live from W. Michael Ross Stadium in the Tim Kylo broadcast booth. My name's Randy Molman. I'm alongside Peter Demos. Happy to bring you all the action here on the Cadet Student Network. Fake throw and a handoff. And Fowler doesn't have much. Maybe a yard before the CBC defense brings him down. And so Smet will now have to punt. Stalling in on the stop for the Cadets. And it'll be 4th down. So Millions back deep. He stands at about the 46. And in to punt again is Kyle Bennett, the junior. Now Millions scoots up. He's standing at midfield. He's anticipating a short kick. That kick was almost blocked. It bounces across the 40 and will get out of bounds right around midfield. No, it doesn't go out of bounds. Million picks it up.
Oh, boy.
And he'll go down at the 46. That was an odd bounce. That ball was heading straight for the sidelines and odd bounce right towards Million. He picked it up right along the sidelines with defenders all over him, and he ended up getting a yard or two out of it.
Well, a football is not exactly a round ball. It is
not.
A spheroid, subject to the whims of the angles.
So 1st down and 10 now for CBC. Charlton checks back in now, and he's got number 31 with him at tailback, and that is Caleb Allen.
I like Caleb Allen.
Caleb Allen is a good hard runner. He's rushed for over 300 yards this year. Charlton will fake it to Allen. Now he'll pump and fire down, looking for Million. Good defensive play.
Yeah, I think 22 got his hand just on there just a little bit to knock it out of the way.
Yep, that's the senior Chris Moore reached in and batted that thing away. Good play. 2nd down and 10 for the Cadets. This will be the last play of the first quarter. 4.7 seconds remain. CBC holds the 14-0 lead. Charlton out of the shotgun. 2 tailbacks in the game. We're going to get another offsides penalty. This one's going to be called on the nose tackle. Keenan Agnew.
What if he's relationship to the regular Agnews that have played for Smet over the years?
I think
one that went to Oregon State, another one plays for some NFL team now.
I'm pretty sure his father is Ray Agnew.
That's
played
right.
For the Rams.
That's right.
He was on the 99 Super Bowl team, if I recall. There's a handoff to Bryant. Bryant looking. He's pounding forward. In on the stop was number 47, William Hornberg. And we are through one quarter. We've played 12 minutes. The CBC Cadets lead the Smet Spartans 14-0. You're watching CBC football on the Cadet Student Network.
Where the senior members of the CBC Student Leadership Council are being greeted by athletic.
Stand up for CBC, stand up for community. I said stand up for integrity, stand up for CBC. I am one, not the only one, who can't do everything. What I can by the grace of God, for my school, God, for us all, Christian brothers on the move. Stand up for CBC, stand up.
Hand off up the middle as we start the second quarter, and that man is gone. That's Trey Bryant. That was easy. 47 yards right up the middle. I don't know if he was touched.
I don't think he was.
Touchdown, CBC. Wow.
I don't think the defense he touched them all. They might have heard him, but they didn't see him.
Wow. Stay tuned. We were playing a little stand-up for CBC video between quarters. We'll get back to that at halftime for sure, so that those of you at home can watch that stand-up for CBC video. Great video, and we'll make sure we get back to that over halftime. Meinzer's going to kick the extra point. The score is now 20-0. Snap back. Ball is down. The kick is up, and it is good. It is now 21-0. 47-yard touchdown run by Bryant. It's now 21-0 CBC. And this is out of hand.
Yep, now it's kind of going along what we thought it might.
So, CBC, Charlton hit Million in the first quarter for a 13-yard touchdown pass to make it 7-0. And then a 50-yard run by Kalen Taylor made it 14-0. And just moments ago, as we opened up the second quarter, Trey Bryant with a 47-yard touchdown. We've seen it all year, Peter. The speed on this team, they have had long touchdowns all year, 30,
Absolutely.
40, 50-plus yards.
It's a wonderful gift to have.
When you look at the speed on this team, you've got Million at wide receiver, Lamar Anderson at wide receiver. Your tailbacks are Trey Bryant and Kalen Taylor. Even Blake Charlton has displayed some speed when he's taken off. He had that 90-something yard run earlier in the season. And on defense, it's the same way. It's just speed, speed, speed. That's how the Cadets beat you.
We got a lot of kids that look like Secretariat, don't they?
Meinzer will kick off. And it is an onside kick, and it bounces off the Smet player. CBC picks it up.
Wow.
It went right off the shoulder of Luke Luchtefeld, and CBC comes down with it on the recovery. Number 23, Clayton Stalling, and it'll be first down CBC.
If I'm on the other side of the field, I have to ask my other coaches, hey, what else can we do to do anything at all to stem this tide? I don't think they can. When you have a great team and a lot of speed and good blocking and good tackling, and you have all the luck too, boy, that's hard to beat.
42-yard line now for the Smet territory.
Wow.
First down and 10 after the recovered onside kick. There's the snap. Charlton steps back, looks, fires down the middle. He's looking for a man. He's got him open, and it's dropped. Lamar Anderson dropped it at the 12-yard line. He was wide open, and if he catches that ball, that's a touchdown.
Is right on the front of his jersey, number 9. I don't know if you noticed, but he turned his head just a tad to see who was there, and about the same time, and just lost it.
And Peter, you talked about it earlier. It looked like he let that ball get in on him a little bit too much.
Absolutely.
And had he had his hands out and caught it with his hands, that was an easy 6 right there. Second down and 10 now. Charlton looks, steps up in the pocket, looking, but he's got room. Inside the 30, he tried to avoid a tackle, and he was brought down hard by number 4, Isaac Williams. Williams has been very active on the defensive side of the ball here tonight. He's given Charlton a couple of good licks. It'll be third down and 3 now for CBC. Allen in the game at tailback, Kalen Taylor in at tailback. 2 wide receivers, 2 Charlton's right. There's a handoff to Allen. Allen finds room over the middle inside the 30, sidesteps a man and gets inside the 25 to the 24.
What a nice run that was.
Caleb Allen has that ability to run up the middle, and he's got some strength and a little bit of size. He's 5'10" and 190 pounds.
He's only a sophomore, is he not?
Let's see, number
2017,
31.
yeah.
He is a sophomore. Bright future for that young man. He turns around the corner and he cuts back, and what a cutback. He's going to take it to the end zone. Caleb Allen, 35 yards, went over the right side, and as it looked like he was heading out of bounds, he cut Got back inside and took it to the house. Touchdown, CBC.
He doesn't have the same level of speed, but his strength is a little bit more than the other backs.
He's slightly bigger.
He's slightly bigger, and he's very elusive. He's got great balance. That's what I like about him.
5'10", 190. He actually, by height and weight, is the same size as Trey Bryant. Meinzer's extra point is up and good. It is 28-0 now for the Cadets with 10:39 to play in the second quarter. The winner of this game will take on the winner of Rittner and Francis Howell North, who are playing tonight. Hazelwood Central will take on Francis Howell Central tomorrow at 1:30, and then St. Louis U High right now is playing Hazelwood West. So the winner of Hazelwood Central and Francis Howell Central will take on the winner of SLU and Hazelwood West. Other games going on tonight: Kirkwood versus Northwest in that District 1, Marquette and Lindbergh, Eureka and Seckman, Lafayette and Melville. You go to the bottom of that bracket, Francis Howell and Jefferson City, Hickman, Rockbridge, Fort Zumwalt West, all in the same bracket as Francis Howell. But Francis Howell is a tough, tough team.
You know, the team, I don't even like to say their name, Blue Springs South. I assume that's Blue Springs South. Well, they're not having a great year. Can you tell what Blue Springs?
No, but they
are about 42 Blue Springs
Yeah,
teams.
I know. They are number 2 seed. There's Lee Summit West, Lee Summit, and Lee Summit North, all in that same bracket. That's the Kansas City bracket, District 4. That kick flies into the end zone, and Smet will start at the 20.
I've never quite understood the naming of our high schools. They have Rockwood South, North, East, West.
Right.
Can't they come up with something original? You know, so you can tell. You know, it's so hard. Parkway South, Parkway West, Parkway North. It just seems to me that they would want to do that. But there must be some rule.
I can't begin to answer that for you.
Well, being from California, we don't have this north-south
No?
east stuff. No, it's all. We have enough imagination. We can give ourselves a name of the school. Generally, the town that we're in.
First down and 10 for DeSmet. Looks like Shelton is checked back in for the Spartans. Here comes the blitz. He's hit right as he gets rid of it. And that was a good throw.
And a good catch.
He got hit hard by number 3.
Now you notice
Burks.
when these receivers get a really low ball, and they have to almost lay down to pet. The coaches tell them to get your hands up and immediately turn one way or the other, turn up so everybody knows that you have the ball and you didn't trap it.
8-yard pickup there. Shelton will now go under center. In the backfield, it's Julian Fowler, the 5'8" sophomore tailback. Double tight end set, handoff to Fowler. He tries to bully up the middle. He's
fumble.
Ball pops free. There's a scramble for it now at the 27. Let's see who comes up with it. He certainly lost it before he would be ruled down.
CBC
football.
Well, the Smet is not getting any luck on this game, are they?
So it'll be
How many turnovers is that now?
That'll be their second turnover.
The second turnover?
No, that's I think their first turnover. The other was an onside kick.
That's almost a turnover.
I could see why you would call that a turnover.
Yes. Technically, I don't think it is. It's an onside kick.
Right. But you're supposed to take possession of the ball, and then you don't.
That's right. It's a turnover.
Kalen Taylor up the middle, penalty flag.
Yeah, we got a little holding.
Taylor was good for 7 yards, but they'll bring that back.
Well, you know, there's other terms in football that even though I've been around football, for example, when you trap the opposite team in their own end zone, you call it
It's a safety.
Yeah, we talked about this
Yes,
before.
we did, but why?
Did you
do any research?
I did not.
I didn't either.
I don't think it would be hard for me to find out where that came from. I mean, it just seems like they could call it something different.
There's got to be an explanation for it somewhere. So the penalty will push CBC back.
It doesn't seem to bother CBC, though, does it, when they get these? Now what?
I don't think the officials had given the go-ahead to go ahead and play.
No, I think you're right.
Jack Even is in at quarterback. It's first down and 20, just inside the 40-yard line of Smet at the 38.
Yeah, not a penalty. It's just organizational timeout.
We'll say 39-yard line. First down and 20. Cadets moving from your right to your left on your screen. Even looking, here comes the blitz. He avoids the first man, steps up and fires. It's caught. Mike Million inside the 30, inside the 20 after a stiff arm and a spin move, and wow, he walked on his left hand almost for 5 yards.
That is an amazing athletic run.
Mike Million avoided a tackle there at the end. He went down to the turf. His knee never touched, but he had his hand down, and he was almost like crawling around, but not on his knee, on his feet and his hand for about 5 yards. That was unbelievable.
That was just...
I can't even describe it well enough to give it any justice. First and goal at the 7. Even hands it off up the middle, looking for room, trying to get into the end zone. Trey Bryant, and he bulldozes his way. They're going to mark him down at the 1.
I think it's more like the 1 inch.
I think he may have gotten in there. I don't know that his knee touched. I think he was on top of a defender. But there is no review in high school football there, Peter. No review.
Nope.
It'll be second and goal at the 1. Even out of the shotgun. Bryant flanked to his right. 2 wide receivers to his right, top of your screen. There's the snap. Even looking. Fires in the end zone on the slant. Touchdown. CBC. Jack Even.
Number 15.
To number 15. Jarvis Rembert.
We haven't called his name very often,
We
have we?
haven't. The senior Jarvis Rembert with the touchdown on the slant. I can tell you how many catches that young man has. Jarvis Rembert came in with 6 catches this year. That's his first touchdown. A 1-yard slant pattern. CBC now up 34-0.
What was the halftime score last time we played?
The last time we took on Smet, the halftime score was the extra
Seemed
point
like it
there
was
is
in
good.
the 30s, 40s.
It was 37-0 last time.
Well, it's 35-0 now.
CBC leads 35-0, 8:36 to play in the first half. The Cadets. That was Rembert, 1-yard touchdown pass from Jack Even. Well, you always wonder when the playoffs start, you always wonder if things will even out a little bit because of the emotions. It's playoff football. You're playing with nothing to lose, and that hasn't been the case so far.
No, form seems the rule here.
Give you some of the scores for the CBC Cadets this year. They've just had a very, very impressive season. They have scored 60 points twice. They've scored 50 points 3 times. And every single game this year, CBC has scored at least 40.
Wow.
Averaging almost 52 points per football game. Meinzer with a huge kick, and that, again, sails into the end zone.
Well, I remember the playoffs last year on this same field. CBC played Smet in a very windy day. Were you here for that game?
I was.
And we couldn't seem to do too much in that game. And I'm not sure. Did our quarterback get hurt in that game? I don't remember which game he got hurt in, but I think, no, he played that game. That was Tyler Kreth.
Tyler Kreth?
Yeah, but it was very, very windy, and it was hard to throw, and they kind of beat up on us pretty badly. So I think it's get even time here.
Twice. Shelton takes the shotgun. He fires with the left hand over into the flat. Good catch by the tight end who rambles up the field. That's the young man that Peter talked about in pregame, number 87, Griffin Palmer, the 6'6" tight end. This junior made a nice catch and run there for the Spartans.
Yeah, he's a nice player, and he's a junior. He'll be back again next year.
Enough for the first down there, 12 yards. So at the 32, it's first down and 10, 8:26 to play, first half. 35-0 CBC. Shelton out of the shotgun, and we're going to get a penalty flag. Looks like a false start by the tight end, Griffin Palmer.
No, that was 97.
Was that 97?
Yes. He's just as big, though.
John Ames, he's another tight end.
Oh, he's
another 6'4", sophomore tight end. Lots of sophomores getting playing time here for the Smet Spartans. They are a young team. Some growing pains here this year. They're actually going to call it on CBC. They say the left defensive end jumped first.
Wow.
Penalties on the Cadets.
So it'll be first down and 5 at the 37 for Smet. Alik Shelton out of the shotgun. And another penalty flag.
Oh, boy.
We've seen a lot of those tonight. Hey, thank you to the CBC postseason team dinner and game day snack sponsors. Zia's on the Hill, located on Wilson Avenue. Stop by and say hello to Dennis Chiodini, father of 2 of our CBC alums. Nick, class of 95. Jason, class of 92. And Chris Saraceno, CBC alum, class of 1984, of Chris's Pancake and Dining, a Bartolino's family restaurant located on Southwest Avenue on the Hill. Stop by Chris's to experience one of St. Louis' favorite breakfast spots, and you are not joking there. Can I tell you how many times I have gone to Chris's Pancake House for breakfast? It is a wonderful place to eat. The food is phenomenal. My kids love it. I love it. Great pancakes. Chris's Pancake House, and of course Zia's on the Hill. That's an institution here in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
First down and 10, so give away 5 yards, give it right back. 2 penalty flags, and you're right back where you started from. Alik Shelton out of the shotgun now, and here comes another flag. Looks like number 52, Keenan Agnew, was moving on that one. We'll see if they catch a CBC for inducing or if Agnew moved first. Yep, it'll be on Smet, and that'll make it first down and 15.
That's got to drive the coaches crazy. If the count is on 2, you go on 2.
If the ball's not moving, then don't jump off sides.
And if you're deaf, then just go ahead and look at the ball.
First and 15 now. Shelton out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Sets up in the pocket. Looks. He's going to fire deep down the sideline. He's got a man open, but he overthrows him.
Jump pass incomplete.
So it'll be second and 15 now for Smet.
He threw that ball 50 yards in the air.
He's got a strong arm, this
Yes, he
Alik
does.
Shelton. There's no doubt about that. The
But
left-handed thrower.
He can't putt. There's no touch on these balls.
He can drive, but he
can
can't
he?
putt.
That's right.
That's like me when I play golf. Same deal. I can hit the ball fair distance. I can't punt. Second and 15. Shelton out of the shotgun. Looks, fires to his right, and it's caught. Good
Nice
catch,
catch.
good throw. And making the tackle for CBC. Number 17 was there first, Damian Baker. Good catch there for Smet. That's Jack Aluski.
That was a nice pass. We've been beating up on him a little bit tonight, but that was a nice pass.
And Aluski, another sophomore, contributing on offense there for the Spartans. So first down and 10 to Smet at the 43.
And then you got about 8 minutes left to go in the half.
35-0 Cadets. My name's Randy Molman alongside Peter Demos. We're bringing you all the action. CBC blitz over the right side, and Shelton goes down. That's Mike Jones, and I'm surprised the official did not flag on that left tackle as Jones came around, and here's a late penalty flag. This is going to be a personal foul on somebody. Looks like it's going to go against CBC.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Let's see.
I don't know. I think it's against 87 maybe. I don't know. Nope.
I'm going to call it against CBC. Coming in was Mike Jones, and that left tackle clearly pushed Jones in the back. The problem is he pushed him in the back, and it ended up pushing right into quarterback. So I guess the official decided, why throw a flag? It's already going to be a sack. Wow, personal foul all the way up to midfield. It'll be short of the first down.
You know, have one of the officials' phones up here, you know.
You do?
Yes, it must be theirs because it's got about 3 missed calls on it.
He set me up there, folks. He set me up. First down and 3 for the Spartans. First down and 3. The rare 1st and 3. Right at midfield.
To be an official in this game, these are hard to do. You know, I don't picture yourself down there running around trying to see all this stuff.
No doubt about it. Fake handoff. Shelton takes it up the middle, lowers his shoulder. He'll get into CBC territory. And he'll be close to a first down. It'll be 2nd and 1.
I don't know why Shelton doesn't do a little more of that. He's a big kid. He leans forward nicely. He can pick up 3-4 yards just by going forward a little bit.
Looks like it'll be 2nd and very short. This is Smet's first trip into CBC territory this evening at the 6:57 mark of the second quarter. Shelton comes under center. He's got Fowler as his lone tailback. Shelton will keep it himself, and he'll fall forward for a first down inside the 45 to the 44. First down, Spartans. Gatewood in on the stop for CBC, right in the middle of that defensive line. He's had a good season, that number 99, Dominique Gatewood, 6'2", 250, playing in that interior D-line, defensive tackle, nose tackle position.
We have quite a few of our starters out now on defense.
Shelton, empty backfield, takes the shotgun snap, steps up. He's going to fire deep down the left sideline again, and incomplete. And they're going to call a flag on on Davian Baker.
Wow. The ball is truly uncatchable.
That was intended for Griffin Palmer, but they're going to call a flag on Baker for holding up Palmer on the route. I guess the determination is, we say uncatchable or not even close, but had he not held him up, maybe that's what the officials are thinking. I don't know.
Well, he was still running full speed. I don't know where the holdup was, and that ball was still good 5-6 yards past him.
So after the penalty, first down and 10 to Smet. That's their 3rd first down on the drive. At least that's probably their 4th now that I'm counting them up. 4th first down on the drive. They're at the 30-yard line of CBC. Their best drive of the night. Shelton looking, and he's fumble. Oh, they're going to say incomplete. Miles Taylor
is not going forward.
Miles Taylor is upset. He was about to take that for 6. The big defensive tackle. You don't get a defensive tackle very often picking up a fumble and rumbling 60 yards, and he was about to do that.
I cannot believe he said this ball was going forward.
Yeah, I'm with you. That was not an incomplete pass. They're saying his arm was going forward. 2nd down, 10. Shelton will come under center. Fowler, the lone setback. 2 wide receivers, 2 Sheltons left at the top of your screen. Here's the snap, handoff to Fowler. He's looking for room, and he is met.
Number 20, boy.
Alec Wardenberg was the first one in for CBC. Good play.
And 36 helped him out a little bit, too.
Miles Taylor, the defensive tackle, with a nice play as well. 3rd down and now 10.
A little easier to read the numbers on these uniforms. You agree?
It is. 3rd and 10 for Smet. 5:40 and counting. Second quarter action. 35-0 Cadets.
3rd and 10 with about 5.5 minutes left, huh?
Shelton under center. Fakes the handoff. Looks, he's going to have to run for his life. Go over to the left side. He fires over the middle. Ball is tipped, bouncing around.
Oh, and he caught it.
And that Smet receiver on the ground made a catch.
Griffin.
Oh, my goodness.
It just fell into his lap as he was laying on the ground.
Then rolls left, fires across his body. The ball gets tipped. It's bouncing up in the air. Griffin Palmer, the tight end, is laying on the ground. The ball lands in his lap.
Yeah.
Wow. That is fantastic. Shelton out of the shotgun. Looking downfield, fires in the flat again. That's Palmer. It's caught. He's hit immediately.
It's a nice tackle by number 7 there.
Davis with the stop for CBC. Came up and made a nice tackle. So one thing these DeSmet corners are not afraid, or I'm sorry, CBC corners are not afraid to do is they'll come up and tackle.
Oh, yeah.
They're aggressive.
And generally they're undersized too, because that's what corners are. They have to run backwards as fast as most people can run forward, so that you can't be 6'2" and 220 pounds to be a corner.
But they'll come up and hit. They'll come up and tackle. They're not afraid. You got to like that. Here comes the blitz. Jones hits him. It's into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchdown. Griffin Palmer, 18 yards from Shelton.
There's a mix-up on coverage there. Nobody was on him for some reason.
And DeSmet is on the board. They'll now come out to attempt the extra point. It's 35-6. The kicker is Kyle Bennett. Holding for him, Jack Iluski. So DeSmet is on the board. A long drive, eating up some time. They had several first downs on the drive, and finally Shelton, 18 yards to the big tight end, Griffin Palmer, in the corner of the end zone.
Well, he had several penalties on CBC. That's how got him down there.
Definitely.
It wasn't a quality drive. It was a drive due to 182 penalties in this first half.
The score is now 35-7 as Bennett drills the extra point, 4:22 to play here in the half. Cadet fans, are you protected? Call State Farm agent and CBC alum Tim Kylo for all of your insurance needs. Tim is more than just the best insurance guy in town. He's also the presenting sponsor of the Cadet Student Network, and we're incredibly grateful for his support. Give him a call, 314-842-4442, or shoot him an email, tim@timkylo, that's KILO.com. When you need an attorney, you want someone you can count on to protect your legal rights. The attorneys at Milliken Wright are here for you. Brian Milliken and CBC grad Chris Wright have fiercely represented the injured and accused in civil and criminal cases in St. Louis Metro for more than 15 years. Call Brian and Chris at 314-621-0622 or find Milliken Wright online, millikenwright.com. Milliken Wright will fight for you. CBC 35, DeSmet 7, 4:22 to play in the first half. Bennett will kick off for DeSmet. Kalen Taylor is deep. Mike Million has brought himself up. He and Taylor are normally back deep together. Million is playing short. He's at the 28-yard line, anticipating maybe a short kickoff. There it is, onside kick. It's picked up by CBC right there at midfield. They tried the onside kick.
Number 3.
That was number 3, Gavon Burks.
Good job.
He caught it. Ball bounced right in his hands, and he caught it. So CBC will start at great field position now at the 47-yard line, first down and 10. Charlton checks back in. He's got Kalen Taylor and Trey Bryant flanking him in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to his right and a wide receiver at the bottom of your screen to your left, to his left. And we have an official timeout. I don't think there's a penalty flag.
There's 12 guys on the field for DeSmet.
Yep, another flag, and we're going to have too many men on the field.
12 guys. I'm counting them.
This has been a half filled with penalties. The Yellow Hankies have ruled the day here in the first half.
A veritable plethora of yellow laundry. A copious amount of penalties.
Charlton going deep down the middle. He's got a man open, incomplete. He led him just a little far. That was Cameron Curtis.
A little more arc on that ball.
So it'll be 2nd and 5 for CBC.
Isaac Williams in coverage for the Spartans.
Williams covering for the Spartans. And it'll be 2nd and 5. Charlton takes the snap. Fake handoff, fires it flat, incomplete. Threw it a little high for Million, but DeSmet was disruptive on defense on that play. 2 defenders coming in, sort of jumping as Charlton threw, and Million was being hit at the line of scrimmage just as that ball got to him. That was an odd-looking play.
That was a very strange play, yeah.
3rd down and 5 now for the Cadets. Trips to the right. Charlton takes the snap, looks downfield. He's going to look to his left. He fires. He's got Curtis. First down. across the 35 to the 32.
Nice catch, nice throw.
Moving the chains here in the second quarter.
You know, on that very quick play there in the gun formation, they throw it before they get their fingers on the laces, so they practice that. But the pass is always a little bit more accurate if you get your fingers on the laces rather than not.
Kalen Taylor, fake handoff. Charlton keeps it himself. He tries to get inside the 30. He does, and he turns on the Jets. He gets inside the 20. I'll tell you what, Blake Charlton, when he gets out into the open field, he's got another gear.
Yeah, he's kind of a long strider there.
He really is. That's a 12-yard pickup and a first down. At the 22. 3:44 left, first half. CBC 35 to Smet 7. Flag. That'll be either false start or offsides.
You would think this late in the season, however, that, you know, false starts, offsides, there would be fewer. Wouldn't you think?
You would think.
They've had a lot of practice so far, but it seems like it's getting worse here in this game. That was an offsides against Smet that time, but still.
So CBC will have it. First down and 5 once again at the 17. Charlton claps for the snap. He gets it. He steps up in the pocket. In the face of the blitz, he threw it right at a Smet defender. That was Ryan Russell, the linebacker, another sophomore. And he couldn't hold on, but Charlton hit him right in the numbers. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And we have about 3:39 left to go in the half.
Charlton has trips to his right. Kalen Taylor flanked to his left. Shotgun snap, takes it, fakes it, hands it to Taylor.
Oh, almost.
He almost broke free, ankle tackled there. Number 25 for DeSmet held on for dear life, Mackay Lee.
Well, I thought they might go for the field goal, but indeed they are going to go for it. Oh, it's only 3rd down, I'm sorry.
Mackay Lee, another sophomore, seeing a lot of action. 3rd down and 4 for the Cadets after the 1-yard gain by Kalen Taylor.
That was almost another offsides by DeSmet.
Here comes the blitz. Charlton fires. Caught.
Nice catch.
That'll be another first down. That'll move the chains. 6 yards on that reception.
Number 15.
Charlton to Jarvis Rembert. That's his 8th catch of the season.
2nd tonight, right?
2nd tonight.
Nice job.
First down and 10. That'll be Trey Bryant up the middle, trying to follow his blockers, looking for room, and DeSmet finally converges on him inside the 10, right around the 7. Pile up there at the 7. At the bottom of that pile was number 72, Andrew Winter, the 6'2", 235-pound defensive lineman. 4-yard gain, 2nd down 6. Charlton now looking again over to the right side. Rembert makes the catch, but he'll be short of the first down and the end zone.
He caught it and then fumbled it, and it dropped almost to the ground. He reached down, picked it up, and still made the catch. Nice little sleight of hand there.
Good concentration.
So we got 3rd and 2 with 2 minutes left to go in the half.
Charlton. Trey Bryant now goes in motion. He fires to Bryant. He threw it in the ground. Charlton knew it. Right as he threw it, you could see the disgust. He now kicks the fake turf. If there were dirt, you'd have been able to see that dirt fly up. He was not happy with himself. He rushed that throw and he threw it straight into the ground, or he didn't have a good grip on it, one of the two. So Meinzer will now attempt the field goal for CBC. Try to put the Cadets up 38-7 here at halftime. This will be a 22-yard field goal try for Meinzer.
Should be just a chip shot for him, no?
I would think. From the right hash. Snap back, ball down. The kick is up, and it is good from the right hash.
Can kick. Huh?
He is quite a kicker. 22-yard field goal, and that puts CBC up 38-7 over to Smet. CSN thanks all our sponsors like the Lab Gym, On Manchester Road, Millpaw's Piping and Supply, Let's Party Now Catering, and Guido's Pizzeria and Tapas. These loyal businesses make this broadcast possible, so be sure to support our sponsors. The CBC Alumni Association and our admissions department also sponsor CSN, and we appreciate their support. Fans, the Missouri State High School Activities Association charges CBC a significant fee to deliver coverage of playoff games. As always, our student team is working hard to make this exciting coverage available for our audience, but we need your help to continue to make it happen here in the playoffs. Please consider making a donation to help CSN offset our costs. Just click the blue PayPal icon in the upper right corner of our homepage to make a donation. You can also visit donate.cbccsn.com to help us continue this coverage. As always, thank you to our students for their efforts, and a special thank you to all who support the Cadet Student Network. That's where you're watching CBC football here tonight. My name's Randy Molman alongside Peter Demos. It is a 38-7 score for the Cadets with 1:48 to play.
Jeez.
Meinzer will boot that into the end zone for the 5th consecutive time. That's why I said, it's funny to me, Caleb Meinzer, the 6'1", 220-pound kicker, you would think that Caleb, we would be hearing some recruiting news. I mean, this is a fantastic kicker.
Yeah, let me see what I can find out, because I cannot believe somebody's not recruiting him. They have to be. I mean, I watch a lot of a lot of college games, as you do on TV, and sometimes they don't kick it into the end zone. I mean, I would say half the time maybe they don't.
He can kick it at will, and he's very accurate.
And he puts height on it. So if it is short, like a yard, it's way up in the sky. Gives everybody a chance to get down there and cover. Oh, reverse fumble.
And that's a fumble by Fowler on the trickery, and he'll get nowhere. Boy, even when Smet tries to get tricky, they just can't hang on to that football.
Yeah, a lot of young players.
Yes, it goes right back to that. Fowler is a sophomore, and I have said it time and again here tonight. Every time I announce a Smet player, it seems that I am always saying sophomore at the end of it.
Yep.
Young team, and they're building, and you can bet that that Coach Mahoney will have this team back. Good experience for these young players. They'll be very well developed in a year or so. Fired over the middle, intercepted. Intercepted and inside the 20. Number 22 read that perfectly. Tyler England stepped in front of the cross route down the seam, picked it off, and he was finally brought down by Griffin Palmer, the tight end for Smet, but CBC now 1st and 10 at the 18.
That wasn't an easy ball to intercept. That ball had some vigor on it. It really was zipping through the air, and he reached up, really up high to pick it off. I mean, that was a wonderful, wonderful interception. Had he not done that, I think he would have hit the kid right in the numbers he was trying to throw. That was a nice interception. Goodness.
1st and 10 for CBC at the 18-yard line. Kalen Taylor looking for room, bouncing it outside. Now he tries to cut it back. He's got nowhere to go. Tackled by Smet. In on the stop, number 10, Cooper Harrison for Smet, one of the few seniors in on the stop.
Well, we got 44 seconds left, so they better try something for the end zone if they want to do something here.
38-7 Cadets, 38 seconds to play first half. Charlton looking, he fires over in the flat, and it's caught. He's going to turn and take it to the house. Mike Million.
Wow.
18 yards. He made the catch. He spun towards the sidelines, and he beat the Smet defender to the end zone. Touchdown, Cadets.
Yeah, the defender took a little bit of a gamble trying to pick it off instead of making sure he made the tackle, and he paid the price.
On to attempt the extra point now is Caleb Meinzer with 29 seconds to play, first half action. Meinzer's extra point is up, and it is good. It is 45-7. Second quarter. You heard me right. Second quarter for the CBC Cadets.
When that defensive back comes up and he tries to intercept that, and he goes inside and lets our guy catch the ball on the outside, there's nobody to give him any help. He is in the end zone.
And then if it's a foot race, you know who's going to win that foot race.
Yeah. That's like going to Vegas and betting the 00. It only comes up once out of 35 times.
So CBC will now get set to kick off. They lead 45-7. Charlton has thrown 2 touchdowns, both to Mike Million. For Mike Million this year.
Do you get the feeling, though, while CBC is up 45-7, Pingle can't be real happy right now?
Hard to address that with your team when you're up 45-7. But yes, I know what you're saying. Too many penalties.
Jeez.
Too many penalties. In a game against a team like Hazelwood Central, you can't do that.
Can't do it. Nope, can't do it.
You're not going to win those games when you commit. They've probably committed 8 penalties here in this first half.
Probably for at least, how many yards did you say? 60, 70
Yeah,
yards?
I'd say 60 yards at least. That kick will land in the end zone, just a yard deep. For Million, that is his 7th and 8th touchdown catch this year, his 2 tonight. And Trey Bryant has a touchdown run. Kalen Taylor has a touchdown run of 50 yards. Bryant had a 47-yarder. Caleb Allen had a 35-yard touchdown. They come at you from all angles, this CBC cadet team. They can run, they can throw, they can catch.
They really are a balanced team. I mean, if you look and analyze this team, would you say, well, they're a passing team? No.
Nope.
Would you say they're a running team? Well, yeah, but the passing keeps it going too. So it's a fun team to watch.
No doubt about that. And Smet will take a knee, and that will run out the clock here in the first half. So we have now played 1 half of football as soon as this clock runs out. It's now going under 10. And the CBC Cadets lead the Smet Spartans 45-7. You're watching CBC football on the Cadet Student Network. My name is Randy Molman. I'm alongside Peter Demos. And the CBC Cadets in the first round of the Missouri State High School playoffs here tonight. Class 6, District 2, taking on the Smet Spartans and leading here at half 45-7. So as we head to the first half, the Stand Up for CBC campaign is raising money to help our school continue to grow in our service of young men from across St. Louis. We've received a great support from our families and alumni, many of whom visited standupforcbc.org to make a donation. We've also received a great response from our students. In fact, a group of our guys wrote and performed a song to support the Stand Up campaign. You saw a little bit of it earlier, and we're going to talk about it and look at it again. And let's take a listen to that video.
Stand up for CBC, stand up for community. I said stand up for integrity, stand up for CBC. I am one, not the only one who can't do everything. What I can do, I will do by the grace of God, for my school, God, for us all, Christian brothers on the move. Stand up for CBC, stand up for community. I said stand up for integrity, stand up for CBC, stand up. Stand up for CBC, stand up for community. I said stand up for integrity, stand up for CBC. I am one, not the one who can't do everything.
Welcome back to W. Michael Ross Stadium on the campus of CBC High School. We're in the Tim Kylo broadcast booth. My name is Randy Molman. I'm alongside Peter Demos, and we are getting ready to start the third quarter. The CBC Cadets lead the Smet Spartans 45-7. And Peter, it was pretty much a domination by CBC in that first half.
Yeah, and you and I just talked a little bit about it initially before the game started. We thought it would be perhaps a little bit better game than it was. We thought that maybe, they've had a few more games under their belt now. We're talking about the Smet. They'd probably be a little bit more talented out there perhaps, but CBC is just a handful for just about any team right now.
So the game CBC will be looking to hear about after this one is over is Francis Howell North versus Rittner. And the last we checked, it was halftime, and Rittner led that game 13-7. The winner of that game will play right here at CBC next week, should CBC be able to hold on here in the second half.
Well, if Rittner's anything like their past teams, they'll have some speed. They might have a little height here and there, but not much discipline in that team sometimes. I've seen them play a number of times over the years, and it just seems like they really don't have the discipline amongst the troops to really put forth a great effort.
Bennett will kick off, and it's an onside kick to start the half, and it's recovered by CBC right at midfield. Trey Bryant.
No, number 3.
Oh, I'm sorry, number 3. He was the one who recovered it last time as well. Gavon Burks. He's recovered 2 onside
That's
kicks.
why he's there. He's got great hands.
He does. Another game that is interesting and a common opponent here. CBC has played both of these teams. Fort Zumwalt West in the Class 6 District 3 matchup. Fort Zumwalt West taking on Rockbridge, and it is a 17-14 Fort Zumwalt West lead at halftime. So that's a good game between those two teams. And CBC, of course, has defeated both of those teams. But Fort Zumwalt West and Rockbridge both scored 20-plus points against CBC. The only teams to do so all year.
Well, let's just start off with a penalty.
Hey, that takes us that at least shows us that the game hasn't changed since the first half.
Well, I would say that the officials are calling all these penalties to stay warm, but they don't have to. It's got to be 70 degrees out here.
It's beautiful outside.
It really is nice.
Took a little walk outside on the concourse. Man, it's beautiful. Great night to watch football. Out of the shotgun, Blake Charlton to Kalen Taylor, and that's Agnew railing him down at the 49-yard line, a loss of 4. Good play there by Keenan Agnew.
And Jack Avon is the quarterback.
Jack Even is back in the game. That's true. He did play in the first half a little bit, got a few snaps.
I would say that maybe they're going to hold out Blake.
Kalen Taylor looking to the right. He bounces it to the outside, looking for room, trying to cut it upfield. Finally does, and he'll get a few, and he zigzags back to the 45.
He made absolutely 6 yards out of absolutely nothing.
I've run out of adjectives to try to describe his runs. Zigzags, hops, jumps, skips.
Well, he's got legs that are only about 2 feet long, and he just bounces and zigs and zags and turns and goes backwards and spins and twirls. And
hey, you just added a few new to the repertoire. I like that.
Yeah.
Twirls. He has twirled.
He does twirl.
There's no doubt about it.
Oh, sure, we have another penalty.
This will be a penalty against CBC, blocking the back.
Well, when you have a guy that changes direction so many times, you're going to have blocks in the back because you're ready to block the guy and he turns on you.
So this will make it 2nd down and 22 for the Cadets. Even out of the shotgun, looks downfield. He fires over the middle, caught by Million. Million gets to midfield, the original line of scrimmage, 12-yard gain. Mike Million, we talked about it earlier, Peter. Peter talked about receivers that are taught and have been learning and catch balls with their hands. Mike Million's fantastic at that.
Yeah, he does. Keeps his on the overhead, he keeps his thumbs together and his forefingers together so the ball doesn't go through.
Even steps up in the pocket and delivers. It was a little bit behind Curtis, but he delivered through traffic. And that'll make it 4th down and 10 for the Cadets.
Well, we got to give the punter some practice.
Charlton comes in to punt for CBC. As we go on here in the second half, I'll try to get you as many scores as I can from other high school games around the city.
A quarterback who punts, Randall Cunningham. University of
That's right.
of Nevada at Las Vegas,
UNLV.
and then that's right, and then the Philadelphia Eagles.
Charlton's punt is a good one, a knuckleball that goes out of bounds. 22-yard punt, maybe 24-yard punt, as it goes out of bounds at the 26, and Smet will take over there. 45-7 CBC, 2 touchdown passes. Charlton to Million in the first half. That's his 7th and 8th of the year. Trey Bryant had a 47-yard touchdown run, and for Trey, that was his 15th rush. Kalen Taylor had a 50-yard touchdown run. That's his 12th of the season. And Caleb Allen had a 35-yard touchdown run, his 5th of the season.
Now we got a different quarterback in number 18.
That's Wheeler, Jack Wheeler, the sophomore, in the game for Smet to start the second half. He pitches it out to Fowler, looking for room, a standard toss sweep. He turns it upfield across the 30 to the 32. It's rare these days when you're watching high school or college football to see that single back set, snap under center, and the toss sweep.
That's right.
That's like 10 years ago right there.
Sure. Well, I'm watching Smet huddle up every time. You don't see many teams huddling up anymore.
Oakville leads Parkway South 14-13. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter there. Wheeler rolling to his right out of the shotgun. Now looks to run. Now he'll pull it back and throw, and it's incomplete through the hands of number 6, Matt Bruns. Oakville and Parkway South, part of that in Class 5. And that is a 14-13 Oakville lead. Zumwalt West scores early in the second half. They now take a 24-14 lead over Rockbridge in Class 6, District 4. 3rd down and 4 now for Smet. Out of the shotgun, it's Wheeler. Takes the snap. Looks, fires over to the right side, looking for his tight end, incomplete. Good coverage there by Rashawn Davis. That was headed for tight end Griffin Palmer, the 6'6" tight end. He's a junior. So 4th down and 4. With 7 minutes and counting. Here in the third quarter. Bennett lined up to punt. And another penalty flag. That might be against CBC.
Yeah, it's good enough for a first down for
It's going to be
Smet.
good enough for a first down. You're right. It was 4th and 4.
Another offsides.
And an offsides, and that's got to be the 5th offsides call against CBC here tonight.
I think our defense needs a math class. When the snap count is on 2, 3, or 4, you don't care. You're looking at the ball, and you only go on the ball's movement. Simple concept, huh?
I mean,
But I see the pros do the same thing. You're so geared up, ready to go.
Fowler on the straight run right up the middle. He'll get 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And of course, the quarterback likes to set that up again. He'll go on 2 several times. Down, set, hut, and he'll go, and then hut, and then the next time he'll go on 3, hut, and then everybody goes, but the count is on 3, and then you have an offsides. But you can't let that bother you.
They give him 3 on that carry for Fowler, so it'll be 2nd down, 7. Now Wheeler goes into the shotgun again. 2 wide receivers to his right. Fowler flanked to his left in the backfield. Wheeler takes the snap. Here comes the blitz. He fires incomplete. He had to throw it before he was ready. Intended for Brendan Butler, and off the edge was Mike Jones. And, man, he is so quick around that edge, putting pressure on the quarterback, isn't he?
Yeah, he threw that ball down where the Gophers live, except they don't have Gophers on this field, do they?
This field, it would be pretty hard for the Gophers to dig into this field.
Yeah.
That would be some super Gophers right there. I'd like to see that Gopher. 3rd down, 7 now for Smet at the 41-yard line. 5:20 and counting, third quarter. 45-7, CBC leads. Under center, Wheeler. Single back set, hands it to Fowler. He's got room. Across the 45, across midfield into CBC territory. Finally run down by Quentin Wynn from behind. And that'll be good for a first down. Julian Fowler, nice run by the young sophomore.
Yeah, indeed, it was a nice run.
So first down and 10 at the CBC 48.
So good to see Winton over here. He's not limping at all. He's running well, and he's only going to get better on that bruised ankle of his.
And I know you want to get Quentin Wynn some work, but it is 45-7.
Yeah, that's
in the
right.
Third quarter. You want to make sure he's healthy enough.
Fumble.
Fumbled snap. And
that's a CBC recovery.
Looks like CBC will have it, but we're going to get a penalty flag first. Let's see what the penalty flag's all about. Now, the flag was not thrown before the snap, I don't think. Maybe it was meant to be thrown before the snap. We'll see. As they sort it out. That's a false start against Smet.
All right, CBC ball.
Penalty is declined, so the CBC Cadets will take over. First down and 10. That's the third turnover here today for the Cadets, plus an onside kick recovery.
That's 4 turnovers.
That's 4 turnovers. Peter is lobbying for an onside kick to be counted as a turnover.
Well, wait a minute. We just had another onside kick that was recovered, so that means there's 2 turnovers from onside kicks.
Well, we recovered 2 onside kicks they tried, and then we recovered one of our own.
I see.
So one of our own should be a turnover.
Okay.
Right? Is that what you're saying?
Well,
or are we confusing ourselves now?
Well, I'm easily confused by anybody, including myself.
First down and 10 for the Cadets. 4:23 remains in the third quarter. They lead to Smet 45-7. First round of playoff football action here in the state of Missouri. All night tonight across the state.
And Charlton's back in at quarterback, along with Rudy Hamilton, and Alan Caleb's in. What do we got, a Kool-Aid break here? What's going on?
I don't know. The officials are talking to the DeSmet sideline, kind of checking to see what's going on over there. I guess they're trying to explain.
Yeah, Coach Mahoney needs an explanation about something. I'm not sure exactly what.
I'll tell you what I think it is. I think Coach Mahoney is talking to the officials about, look, if it's a false start, the play is dead. There should not be a fumble.
That's right.
It should still be our ball. I think that's probably what the discussion's about.
Well, Coach Mahoney's right.
Charlton looks over. Now he's going to fire deep down the sideline. He's got a man open. He threw it behind him, but it's caught. Cameron Curtis came back to the ball and made a nice catch, but that could have gone for a touchdown had he led Curtis down the sideline. Cooper Harrison was defending. Good, nice big chunk of yards there.
Sure was. Nice pass, nice catch.
23 yards on the reception. Charlton hands it. That's Caleb Allen. Fights through the first tackler. Now he drives his legs down inside the 25 to the 23, and that's why you like Caleb Allen.
That's why I like him.
He just churns those legs, doesn't he?
Oh, Ohio State fullback type.
He's the same size as Trey Bryant, but he and Trey could not be more different in terms of style of running. They're both strong. Definitely both strong, but Caleb Allen is more of the, I'm going to come up and lower my shoulder, where Trey Bryant has that elusiveness, a little bit more elusiveness. Allen drives down inside the 20. They're going to mark it just inside the 20, and that'll make it a third and long. A third and long 2, maybe a long 1.
Just 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
45-7 the score, CBC on top. Charlton calls for the snap. The blitz was coming, and
broken play.
Very well-timed blitz from the linebacking crew there by DeSmet. I mean, right as that ball was snapped, that DeSmet linebacker was in the backfield.
Yeah, they lost about a yard. It'll be fourth down and about a long 3.
So now fourth down. Coming in on that blitz looked like was Luke Luchtefeld.
That's easy for you to say.
And that's fourth and long now. Or fourth and a long 2, I'm sorry. Fourth and a long 2 for the Cadets. They're moving from your right to your left, and they're all purple, Las Vegas gold and white trim. Here's the snap. That's going to be Caleb Allen. He fights his way, but he's not going to get it.
Nope.
He'll be tackled short, and DeSmet will take over on downs. That's a turnover for us, but it's not counted as a turnover. Shouldn't that be counted as a turnover?
No, that's not a turnover.
No, it's not. Okay.
Ball has to hit the ground.
I got you.
Or a pick.
Folks, do you want to maximize your athletic potential? Do you want to get bigger, faster, stronger, more powerful? We'll join world-class sports performance at the Lab Gym on Manchester Road. Matt Miller and his team train high school, college, professional, even Olympic athletes. He gets you ready to compete at the highest level. Mention your friends of CBC and you'll get a discount offer. You'll receive a 2-week free trial of sports performance training. Call Matt 314-932-7270. There's a run over the right side by Fowler, and he's drilled backwards.
He's been getting drilled all night, hasn't he?
Miles
24,
Taylor
yeah.
with a good play. Anyway, give Matt a call, 314-932-7270. You can visit his website, labgym.com/sports. That's the Lab Gym on Manchester. Call Matt, 314-932-7270. No gain on the play before being driven back by Miles Taylor. Fowler, they gave him that 20-yard line. Here's the snap. Wheeler fires over the middle, and the receiver was not looking.
No, he did.
Ryan Bausch was not looking.
Incomplete.
So it'll be 3rd down and 10 now for the Spartans. Trailing 45-7 with seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
And we are on the continuous clock.
The continuous clock is running here in the third quarter. You and I were a little confused by that. I was confused, I know that.
Well, I get confused rather easily. But I guess it's is it 35 points in front? I believe that's it, and it starts in the second half.
I was always under the impression it was 30-plus once you got to the fourth quarter. But I will verify that for everyone here between quarters. Wheeler looking. Now he'll step up and run it. He gets outside the 20. He tries to cross the 25. Spin move, and he's driven out of bounds by number 13 for CBC, Jeremy Strong. And that'll end the third quarter. The CBC Cadets lead the Smet Spartans 45-7. And we'll be back right after this here on the Cadet Student Network.
CBC alum Tim Kylo for all your insurance needs. Tim and the State Farm team provide a full insurance review to make sure you and your family are covered at the best possible price. Whether it's auto, renters, home, business, or life insurance, for more than 23 years, Tim has helped his clients manage the risks of everyday life and realize their dreams. For all your insurance needs, contact one of our school's most loyal alums, Class of 77 graduate Tim Kylo at 314-842-4442 or send him an email, tim@timkylo.com.
Guido's Pizzeria and Tapas, best of Mediterranean cuisine, with a full menu of classic Italian fare, traditional Spanish entrees, and tapas. Guido's delivers a taste of Spain in the middle of Italy. Try their made-to-order dishes, like Guido's homemade lasagna and the rich caramelized flan. Located on the heart of the hill at 5046 Shaw Boulevard, Guido's is open 7 days a week, till midnight on Friday and Saturday, and till 11 p.m. on Sunday through Thursday. The Cadet Student Network loves to stop in and see owner and CBC alum Miguel Carretero, class of '86. You should do the same. Holy cannoli, you gotta try Guido's Pizzeria and Tapas on the Hill.
Down. Fourth down and about 2 yards to go, huh?
4th down and 2 to start here in the fourth quarter, and it looks like a CBC penalty is now going to give DeSmet another first down.
Well, we have all the 2s and 3s in right now. We're getting everybody in the game.
Getting some action in there for the CBC Cadets. I imagine DeSmet will have a few of their own in there as well.
And we didn't get any injuries tonight. That's what I'm really, really pleased about.
45-7 the score, fourth quarter, CBC leads. There's a pass over to the flat, off the hands. Wheeler Intended for Davis, incomplete.
And number 43 kind of wrapped him up pretty good as he trying to catch that ball.
Good defensive play. Hunter Robinson.
There you go, Hunter.
Second down, 10. Forward is Smet.
And you're going to be at the Mizzou game tomorrow, are you?
I will be traveling to Columbia, Missouri to work the Mizzou football game. They're playing Vanderbilt tomorrow.
Yep, the Commodores.
The Commodores coming to town, driving up the short drive from Nashville. Wheeler in the pocket, fires again. This time it's caught, run out of bounds by Robinson. That ball was complete to number 12, Brendan Butler. So Robinson ran him out of bounds. It'll be now 3rd and 6, I'd say.
Yeah, with about 11 minutes left to go in the game.
Yep, 11 minutes left, 45-7 Cadets. That was your halftime score. We're now in the 4th quarter as the clock continuously runs here in the second half. Wheeler out of the shotgun. Calling the play now. Trips to his left. Fowler flanked to his left in the backfield. Wheeler, the sophomore quarterback, takes the snap. He's looking downfield. He's got time, but not anymore. Sacked by CBC. That's Gavon Burks. And you know, Gavon Burks is not a regular starter. He's seen a lot of action tonight. He's caught 2 onside kicks.
Yep.
And now the big sack right there of Wheeler.
These quarterbacks, it takes a while for them to learn when their coverage is breaking down so they can scoot out and escape and throw it away or whatever. But some of these new quarterbacks, they don't see that. It's that vision we were talking about before the game. Some quarterbacks have it and some quarterbacks don't.
That's Peter Demos. My name's Randy Molman. You're watching CBC football on the Cadet Student Network. First round playoff action here in the state of Missouri. All over the state tonight. Some big games. I know in Fort Zumwalt West taking on Rockbridge is a big one, and I know Rittner is playing Francis Howell North. The winner of that game will take on what appears to be CBC next week. This game is not over yet, of course. The ball is down at the 48-yard line, and so CBC will take over first down and 10. We'll see what kind of offense they send out, if they'll send Charlton out. It looks like I see number 12, Jack Evans, getting ready to. He's in the huddle over on the sidelines, and I think he'll be entering the game.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, you know, we were talking about these quarterbacks being able to see. They're able to slow everything down. So if they see the pass rush is about ready to get them or whatever, they turn out, they twirl out, they do whatever they have to do to run to the sideline and get out of trouble. And it takes a while for quarterbacks to do that. Of course, it helps if you're tall, that you can see all that oncoming rush.
Charlton actually is staying in the game, so he comes back in and he hands it off. Kalen Taylor driving to the 40. No, that's Rudy Hamilton. Good run there by Rudy Hamilton. Number 2, the senior, 5'8", 175.
He stretched his jersey out pretty well because one of the defenders had his hand on the jersey,
sure
holding him back.
Hamilton and Caleb Allen in the backfield. Taylor and Trey Bryant are done for the night, I'm assuming. 9 minutes and counting. Uh-oh, there's a fumble. Picked up by Hamilton. He doesn't get far, but he does at least recover the fumble to retain for CBC. Jack Orban will now come check in. He checks in for Hamilton. Hamilton will take a seat just for a play probably. Orban will come in and help with a little protection on 3rd and 2.
And Blake Charlton's back in.
Yes.
Surprising.
Charlton started this drive. It's a 45-7 game. You wonder why Charlton is still in. Got a little work to do. You still got some playoff football coming up in the next few weeks. Caleb Allen turns the corner, heads down the field, and he may go! He does! Touchdown, CBC, 41 yards. Wow, he turned the corner, and once he got to that second in gear, touchdown, Cadets.
I was impressed with the straight arm here at the line of scrimmage as he turned the corner.
41 yards, and we'll go to the extra point. That's his second touchdown of the night. Just between those 2 runs, Caleb Allen had a 35-yarder earlier. This 41-yarder, that's 76 yards on 2 carries for Caleb Allen, both touchdowns.
Wow.
Meinzer to attempt the extra point. Caleb has been perfect tonight. Snap back, ball down, the kick is up and good. So it is 52-7. CBC leads with 8:11 to play. as they lead. So trying to see if we can give you some scores from around the area. Rittner leads 21-13. Or no, is that Francis Howell North? I think Francis Howell North leads 21-13 now as they've taken the lead over Rittner. And again, a reminder, the winner of that game will most likely be coming here next week to take on CBC.
Yeah, we're here for the next 2 weeks.
CBC will kick off now.
And I talked to Coach Mahoney, the head coach of the Smet here a couple of weeks ago, and I can tell you he's probably not very upset about these losses. His kids are getting a lot of new experience. He'll come back next year and the year after with the same players. He's not losing a whole lot of people. There's a lot of, like you said before, there's a lot of sophomores and freshmen that are playing on this team. And he'll make a comeback. He's a good coach.
World Series update. The Kansas City Royals now lead the Giants 3-0 in the 6th.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, you and I were talking off air, that Kansas City Royals team is just a fun team
They're
to
just
watch.
a fun team to watch, yeah.
They have speed, they play defense, they pitch.
Speed. Do I ever talk about speed?
You do.
Yes.
Speed is so much fun, and in baseball, it brings that game to a standstill. When they get some of those speedsters on base, it disrupts everything. It reminds me, I grew up watching the St. Louis Cardinals, of course, and those Whitey Herzog teams of the 80s with Vince Coleman, Ozzie Smith, Willie McGee, and they ran and ran and ran.
Sure.
It's the same type of team in Kansas City this year. It's very, very fun to watch.
Was Babe Ruth playing then when you were?
I'm not that old.
Oh, okay.
I'm close. I'm not that old. Fowler carries for DeSmet. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
About 7 minutes left to go in the game.
7 minutes to go in this one. The score is 52-7 in favor of CBC. Looks like pretty good that they will move around. They'll play the winner of Francis Howell North and Rittner. Francis Howell North currently leads Rittner 21-13 in the third quarter. Tomorrow, a big game. Hazelwood Central will be taking on Francis Howell Central. There's yet another flag.
Now that was offsides against us probably, but the quarterback took his left hand as he was calling the signals and with simultaneously saying hut hut and then moved his hand back real quick. So it's a false start against them. You can't do that. Your hands have to stay underneath the center if you're what you did, and you're not allowed to make jerky motions.
I was going to say you can draw them off with voice, cadence.
Yeah, that's okay. You're allowed to do that,
but you can't move.
That's right. You can't stutter step, stick your tongue out. You can't do any of those things.
52-7 is the score in favor of 6 minutes almost and counting. There's a handoff to Fowler. He's looking for room over the right side, and he is brought down by a host of CBC defenders. I can't even begin to tell you who led that charge.
Pretty much the whole left side of their line.
Some new players entering the game. Number 50, Brandon Zamuda, has checked in. Nick, number 11, and number 71, Chris Taylor, all have checked in for the Cadets. Also in the game, number 28, Ryan Fogarty in at defensive back. A lot of new players, new faces getting some playing time here.
And Quentin Wynn just came off the field, so they're giving him a little bit of action, Jared, just to kind of get him back into it after being off for 3 weeks.
DeSmet calls a timeout, trying to stop this clock here. Blake Bellinger is also in the game, number 86. Very rare that you see a defensive back, number 86. I like that. It's like, doesn't Michigan's quarterback wear a 90 number?
98.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Gardner's name is.
That might be the only time I've ever seen a quarterback in college football wearing a 90s number.
See, I'm old enough to remember when they had 98 and 99 for Notre Dame. And
they play quarterback?
Sure.
Oh.
Yeah, that was I don't say it's real recent, but at least, I think somewhere around the 50s or 60s, each position was assigned to certain numbers. So your quarterbacks were 1 to 19.
Right.
Your DBs and running backs were 20 to 39. Linebackers are always in the 50s. Running backs could be in the 40s. And your receivers, outside receivers, are in the 80s.
Yep. What was, if you had to pick your favorite number to always wear, your jersey number, what number is that?
Well, I was 23.
23.
Yes.
That's one, I always choose 22. 22 is my number.
Oh, well, see, I'm one
You're
digit
one better.
I'm
That's
one
right.
better. That's right.
Wheeler steps up, looks. Now he's going to take off with it. He's got some room over the right side. Fakes a throw, but, ooh, he is brought down hard at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that'd be 4th down. They're going to kick.
CBC now.
You know, my son's number is number 5 because there's 5 people in the family.
There you go. There's always a reason behind numbers. Are you allowed to disclose why you were always 23 or like 23?
It was just a lucky number.
Hit 20 that summer. And my number was 20. Yeah, my number was 22 from that point on. My best summer ever. A lot of luck. That ball rolls across midfield, and it will land at the 46.
Yeah, I've always been amazed by baseball, especially of hitting. If you fail 7 out of 10 times in any other sport, you don't make the team.
Right.
You don't make it out
Can
of
you
high
imagine
school.
a quarterback going 3 for 10 on average?
Yeah, 30% completion rate?
No.
No.
He won't be in the league.
No, he won't be in the high school team.
No, he won't be playing ball at all.
So that just says something about how difficult it is to hit a round ball with a round bat. Very difficult.
I played baseball through high school. I played Legion ball. I played all growing up. That was my sport. I loved playing baseball. But you're right. It's everything you read says in terms of a skill, that's the hardest skill is trying to hit a ball coming at you at 70, 80, 90 miles an hour.
Well, you played second base, right? I'm not saying playing second. You were second base.
I was.
There's a lot of skill in that sport. I was never very good at it. Couldn't see well enough, I don't think.
Well,
couldn't bat.
I was nowhere tough enough or tough-minded enough to play football, so I never did play football. That was Justin Williams, the sophomore tailback who just got that carry. Also in the game in the backfield is R.J. Bostic, number 47. He's also
what
a sophomore.
Great football name,
That
Bostic.
is.
That's a great name.
He's 5'11", 181 as a sophomore.
Twisting and turning and
Over
going.
the left side, look at that run.
24.
Down inside the 40. That was Justin Williams once again, 5'9", 185, and CBC just keeps bringing guys at you.
They're getting really valuable reps here.
Jack Evans also in at quarterback. Some of the wide receivers that have entered. Benji Gormley. Ryan Scott, number 80. He's entered the game.
I coached a little football with Benji's dad, Coach Gormley.
Andrew Vermiglio, 3, also in the game for CBC. Even takes the shotgun snap. He hands it over the right side, looking for room, and he's hit inside the 40, but extends down close to the 36-yard line. That was number 81, Antoine Higgins.
Got about 2.5 minutes left to go in this game.
52-7 the score, and CBC taking their time in between plays. They're making sure that they get the right play call in, get some of these young kids some action. Inexperienced players getting some action here tonight.
So valuable for them to get this few reps that they get.
It is 2nd and 5. Now checking in for Williams is number 84, Dominic Dolan. He's a senior tight end, Dominic Dolan. That last ball carrier, Antoine Higgins, a freshman. And he gets the ball again, it looks like, and he drives the pile inside the 30. Look at that run. They finally blow the whistle. That's going to be close to a first down right there.
He's not a very big kid either. We got a penalty, though.
Another penalty?
Yeah.
How could they call a penalty? Everyone was in that pile.
Crowding. It was called a crowding penalty. Crowding. It's against CBC.
They'll mark that back off to the 45.
I haven't seen what it is, though.
No, they haven't. Let's see if the...
It's just been 5 minutes since they called a penalty. They can't let that much time go by.
That's true. That's a good point. All right, here we go. Now it's 2nd and 15 after the penalty. Jack Even, the quarterback, flanked to his left, number 24, tailback Justin Williams. Fake to Williams. Now even looking for a receiver. Couldn't find one. He tucks and runs over the right side. And he's fighting for yardage before finally going out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Right over here on the near side. Stewart on the stop for Smet. 1:18 to go. And another penalty called against CBC, this time for holding.
Surprise, surprise.
Waiting to see if we get a new quarterback who comes in. Haven't seen it yet.
We haven't got a quarterback out there yet, have we?
It looks like there's another quarterback in the game, but I can't decipher who it is.
Doesn't have a quarterback number.
No regular quarterback number, it doesn't look like.
It's a Wildcat kind of a quarterback.
Yeah, they might just sit on this. There's a snap and a handoff to R.J. Bostic. Bostic rumbles over the left side. He'll get a few yards.
1 minute left to go in this game, 52-7.
So CBC will advance. Let me see before we get off the air here if I can get an update on Francis Howell North and Rittner.
I would not want to be a coach preparing my high school team to play CBC. What do you do? You know, you want to stop the run, that's great, and put an extra 2 guys up in the box. But then if you do that, then you open yourself up to passing.
Class 6 District 1, Lindbergh leading Marquette 20-17 in the fourth quarter. That's a good game right there. The junior Billikens knocked off Hazelwood West 42-0. So St. Louis U High will advance and play the winner of Hazelwood Central and Francis Howell Central, and this game is going to conclude.
That's it.
The final score here at CBC, 52-7. Real quick before we send you all home tonight, we'll recap. Blake Charlton, a 13-yard touchdown pass to Mike Million in the first quarter, made it 7-0. And then Kalen Taylor came back, a 50-yard run, made it 14-0. Second quarter action, Trey Bryant had a 47-yard touchdown run. Caleb Allen had a 35-yard touchdown run. And then Jack Even hit Rembert for a touchdown to make it 35-0. The only touchdown for Smet came in the second quarter. That was an 18-yard touchdown. Shelton to Palmer. Meinzer kicked the field goal. Million from Charlton, 18 yards out, and that was your halftime score, 45-7. The only score came in the fourth quarter in the second half. That was Caleb Allen's 41-yard touchdown run to make it 52-7. And CBC will be right back here next Friday on Halloween to take on the winner of Rittner and Francis Howell Central. And Peter, how about that game tonight?
Well, there's no surprises, was there?
No surprise, really. CBC just has the better athletes right now, and,
sure do.
and they have more experience. Smet is growing, and they're learning, and I expect Smet and Coach Mahoney to have this team back in contention very, very shortly.
Yeah, I would think so. And, of course, we have that speed, and thankfully nobody got hurt. And we have Winton back, and I don't believe we have anybody that's out. I don't know that we're going to have Eric Carrera back, probably not. But he will be ready if we continue in the playoffs to come back to help us out at that safety position.
So round 2 next week, right back here at CBC, as the Cadets will take on the winner of Rittner and Francis Howell Central. That's at 7 o'clock next Friday night. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Thank you to all the crew and the students from CBC that, of course, help with the Cadet Student Network. And from the Tim Kylo broadcast booth, for Peter Demos, my name's Randy Molman. So long, till next week, everybody.